We're going to be honoring 40 of our finest persons from South Andres. 5 deceased, 35 who are still alive. And this is a first for South Andres. Hopefully it will continue for a long time. These first persons are not by far the only ones who have contributed to this community, but we had a hard time choosing them. It was done through a process. They were nominated, and we went through a list of names, and these persons were chosen as the finals. We are going to be putting their names on a wall, Heroes Wall, that has been erected at the government complex. And we're going to be, like I said, continuing this for years to come. Hopefully we'll find a way to honor the younger people, because it's so many people who really deserve an honor. When we're going to have a proper function, I'm saying red carpet and all. So those of you who are not here, you're going to be missing out on a whole lot.
My name is George Aubrey Johnson from Little Creek, South Andres. At the age of 17, I joined the Bahamas Defense Force. And I spent 2 years after the name was changed to Bahamas Battalion in the Army. I also am a catechist of Sacred Heart Catholic Church here in Little Creek for the last 62 years. And I work in the community, which I have some certificate now from throughout the community for the work I do. And also I have a certificate from Pope John Paul II for the work I do in the church. I also had a vision about our community. And in that vision, I formed what we call a scholarship for the community, which is still going on until today. I am the founder, and I have a chairman, Mr. Kendall Taylor, and a second is Mr. Tommy L. Roll. And we are working, trying to see if we can get the community together. So therefore, I am well satisfied that the community see it fit today as to honor me. And in that honorary, I will thank them, whoever done it. I do not know as yet, but whoever done it, I would thank them very much for seeing it fit to honor me here in Little Creek. So therefore, I thank them very much, and may God's grace be upon them.
My name is Dorabelle Sands. I'm from here in Little Creek, and I wish to thank the people who have honored me, who put me down as an honoree, and it is my wish to say thank you to all of them.
My name is Kendall Monroe, and let me say for the last, I guess, 73 years I've been living here in South Andres with my wife and, of course, some of the children, but the most of them are away. But when I heard about this honorary, I thought about it. I was, well, glad, thank God, that the people here in South Andres or elsewhere thought about me to honor me at this time. I don't consider myself, and of course that's the way it is, there's no important person to be honored as such, but if people thought about me in that manner or way, I certainly appreciate and of course thank them for considering me at this particular time to be honored. And so I say thank the people of South Andros, Little Creek as a whole, and where I live. And
on behalf of my family, the Duncan family, that is, we are proud that the community of South Andros think of us just to give my husband, Reverend Duncan, this award for his outstanding job in the community.
Why you always they tell people dead or people getting ready to dead before you honor them? Give a person the blossom while they can nail it. The dead don't know not only the family. Mr. David Roll, he done gone. He was a great man in South Andros. He was Captain Moxie, right-hand man. You see, Lisara gone away. I asked for prayer for him. He fall down doing crane, doing the food. That's the only mail boat in the Bahamas, bring your food straight through. When they get honor the old man.
This the man what was called for hundreds of honor. I ain't gone. But I gone to the Prime Minister and asked the Prime Minister a question. I said, sir, can honor eat? The Prime Minister said, no, Mr. Barr, honor can't eat. I said, well, I want some money, man. I ain't want no good name. Give me money. But I turned down a lot of honor. I need no honor. Honor can't eat. I want money.
Hello, my name is Lonix Smith, and I'm happy to do this interview for my father, who is not here at the moment. He lived on this island for about 73 years, and he's a pastor, and he's also a fisherman and a farmer. And I know he would like to be very happy to accept this award today that coming from the community here in South Andros. He's loved by just about everyone in this community, and I know he will be happy to receive the award. Thank you very much.
But I appreciate everything what he always doing. Make it plain for everybody, because sometimes people pick out certain people and then lay out some. The people who do the free wakes around here, and when time for money to come with good talk, they're the ones that get left out. So I appreciate what you all is doing now. I always have a work along with government and this community. Yeah. So this is the way I see it, and I appreciate, again, you stopping by to say hello.
I'm Nancy Miller, a resident of Deep Creek, South Andros. I've been working in the community here for, I would say I started my career when I was at the age of 13. That's when I began teaching. But after I left, I went back to school, and I really started my last career in 1967 when I was appointed a teacher at the Deep Creek All-Age School. I taught there for many years, then we moved up to the south here where the site now is, which is called, that was Deep Creek All-Age, then it's now Deep Creek Primary School. I've been working in the community as a Red Cross leader. I have worked in the church here where I attend St. Paul's Native Baptist Church. I taught in the Sunday school. I was a deaconess. Now I am a minister at this present time. So when I was working, I thought it was unnoticed. But now I see hard work pays off. So I am very grateful to the community for having chosen me to be one of the heroes of this community, that is the district of South Andros. I thank you all very much, and I'm sure that I would One thing I said when I got the letter, I am glad that I am alive to see this come true. Because if I was dead, I would not have been able to do this. But thank God he spared my life to see such a time as this. So again, I thank you all, that is the community of South Andros, for having noticed the work that I have done, and now I am experienced one of the heroes of this district. I thank you.
First, I want to give God thanks and praise for allowing me to see another opportunity like this. Sometimes you work and you labor and you never know that somebody was noticing what you were doing. And at the end of the day, God had always prepared people to notice some of the good things that you have done in the community and elsewhere in South Andros. I want to thank the Chief Administrator and his staff who had put this program together, and for those persons who had actually thought so great about me, and to give this honor of respect due to my service here in South Andros. I also want to thank ZNS for coming over and allowing this opportunity in my home with Sister Del Reese, and it is a pleasure for me. I've never had this honor before, and I must appreciate this at this present time. And so in doing this again, I want to thank the administrator and the organizers for what they thought so good about me. And I hope that I would continue to live. I'm 74 years now. I can't say another 74, but as long as I live, I guess I would live to please the Almighty God and the community of South Andros in a very special way, especially in the religious part. As a pastor of the Mount Pleasant Green Native Baptist Church for the past 14 years, and so I believe that has been a great honor bestowed upon me this afternoon.
I am feel so proud that what the Chief Counsel, that the Chief Counsel do in Southern Andros and the administrator. I wish the administrator don't never move out of Southern Andros for the progress he'd do since he come here. And what all we need to learn is not just for PLP, not just for the FNM, it's for everybody within Southern Andros to be satisfied and live together in love and unity, and we'll get a lot of progress. Do more this time. That we have some brainy young fella going on now. They're arguing with one another. Come together and work. Let's work and build a community. Not argue, it's PLP or party-wise. Don't you never do that. But my administrator ain't going for me now. You got to take care of Andros back again. Bring this island up of the water, let them float. Don't let them sink, let them float. And then I got some good cousin from Little Creek. You free them? Look like they can't talk, but there's trouble. They dig you under the height. So you better cut the cake right on the table and let them get their share pie to share amongst the community. I thank you.
I am very down in age, and I do hope that whatever is done would benefit, my children, because after I be gone, some of them is going to be here, and they be able then to feel proud of who Daddy was, especially when one had received honor. Now, having honor is no surprise to me, because I have a number of certificates and photographs and whatever as honorary by the PLP and by the church association. And I feel just natural. I mean, like some people would have feel their chest swell. As far as I'm concerned, I stay neutral, because I know young man. I've been pastoring now for 40-odd years. I would have to go to the papers and, and try to pinpoint, but it's in the 40-odd years since I was there, and I'm a part of the Bethel Baptist Association in Meeting Street. That's the one associated I joined. And so nothing that coming up had bring a surprise to me. Everything seems to just be neutral. And as the commission informed me that I would be among the honoree, I highly appreciate it. Not just for me, but for my family after I am gone. That's the time when everything flares up and everybody feel proud who their ancestor was. And so I highly appreciate it, and I thank you for your coming and for all of the other benefits.
Good evening. This is Pastor Rosalita Davis of South Andros, Congo Town. And this evening I'm so glad to be, my husband is being recognized in the work that he did for the nation. More than 30 how much years ago? 31 years, 35 years ago. And we're glad because we're still alive to see this special time. I'm especially proud for him, for he's worked so hard for independence for that decade. And I'm so glad that they're honoring him. We had thought that we were going to go at our grave with not one mention of our names. We remember Linden, the architect of the nation building, along with Arthur Dion Hanna and Cecil Whitfield Wallace. They were the ones who were the architect of the nation building. And at this time, we remember them. As the Joshua comes out now to do the work, most of the Moses are dead. But we worked in the community, we worked in the churches, and we worked all around for this special time, which was independence. It was pretty hard then, but we are glad that we were the ones who were the nation builders. We were the ones who worked. We were the ones who saw it fit to have independence, especially with my husband. He had campaigned from South Andros to North Andros, making sure that the nation would be free. For us, a free nation, where the young generation are able to achieve the things that God has given them to achieve, and to realize there was somebody that did the work. I am so proud to be alive. We really hadn't thought to be alive to see this time, but I'm so proud that we're alive. And we thank God for the privilege and the honor that we are alive. And we were there. We were there. Oh, yes, we were there. In the building of the nation of the Bahamas. God bless you, and thank you so much.
My name is Lillian Williams from Drakesville, Andros, South Andros, and I'm so proud to see I am getting honor in this 35th anniversary of the Bahamas. I am very glad to know that in my age, they are giving me my flowers now while I am alive. I thank God for everything they done for me, and God bless them all. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Ezrina Forbes, and I'm a resident of South Andros. And I am so happy and proud that the people of South Andros appreciate me enough to have me honored. Thank you very much.
My name is Mrs. Joyce Lewis. I was born in Duncantown, Ragged Island. I was a teacher for 44 years. I'm now married to Othniel Lewis from the Bluff, South Andros, where I'm living. I am proud to be one of the honoree of this year, our 35 year of independence. Since independence, I can truthfully say that South Andrews has developed some. First, when I came here, we had all-age school. Then it changed. We went from all-age school to primary school, secondary school. The education was on the second level, I should say. But now it has improved some. We have children not taking the BGCSE exam.
I'm particularly happy and proud to be honored by the people of South Andros. It has been my pleasure and privilege to serve them in various capacities over the past years. I've served as a lighthouse keeper for 7 years, and then returning home, I've served on the local Board of Works for some 17 or 18 years, and I serve as chief counselor in the local government from its inception, and I serve for 3 full terms, and I've served in the church as an elder for some 40 years in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I am certainly happy that I could have been used to be able to assist my country and my people in South Andros, and if I had to do it all over, I would do it again. But I'm certainly grateful to my community for recognizing my service to this great community of South Andros. I love my country and I love my people in South Andros, and I'll do whatever I can to help to further the development of South Andros. Thank you very much. I deem it an honor to receive such a special recognition. Thank you.
My community activities began with being a co-chairman of the South Andros Community Awareness Week, co-chairman of the South Andros Cooperative Society, co-chairman of the Smithsonian Association, in addition of being a customs officer for 15 years, being a lighthouse keeper for 10 years, being a farm laborer in the United States for an additional 4 years. The work that I've done in this community wasn't to be honored, but rather to help and build the community. And I would want to give credit at this time to the administrator, Mr. Neil Campbell, because since he came into this area, the whole scope of activities and determination changed for the betterment of this community. And I just want to thank God for him. As an elder in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, I will continue to pray that the success of his activities be noted throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
I would like to certainly thank the committees, Mr. The administrator, for such a gesture. I would like to say that I have been very instrumental in my community. I've served as a bus driver many years ago. I served the first road traffic officer in this community. I were on many boards and within this district. I'm a church elder. I'm the first and the only auto mechanic businessman within this district. And so I would say I have done a number of things. I am now the treasurer of our senior citizen home. I had been the first president from 1987 up to 1992 when I was elected as the treasurer. And so I have been doing many things within our community, and I certainly would like to thank them for the honor that they bestowed upon me. Thank you very much.
My name is Cleora Mackenzie. I was born in Mangrove Key, and at the age of 10, I came up to Long Bay Keys to live with my mother. And I went to school in Long Bay Keys all my days until in 1979 I was posted at Drexel. And I stayed at Drexel until 1981. And I came back up to Long Bay Keys. I spent all my days in Long Bay Keys. In 1970, me and my eldest son went to the college. And we stayed there 3 years, from 1970 to 1973. We came back, and I was posted back to Long Bay Keys again. I taught children from Drexel to Marsby.
My name is Sergeant 155 Roll, Antrim Roll. I'm very proud that the residents of South Andros is honoring my mother, who has passed away the past 2 years on this 35th year's anniversary of independence. I know she would have loved to have been here for the service that she has rendered in the South Andros community as a volunteer for the Red Cross for over many years, from I can remember from I was a child. So I'm very proud that she's been honored to receive a plaque, and I know that she would have loved to be here, but God had taken her away to a resting place. Thank you all very much for the honor that you all bestowed upon her.
Thanks to the people of South Andros for choosing to honor my father, my beloved dear father, and placing him on the Heroes Wall. I appreciate that they have chosen to give him his flowers while he is alive. Thanks to all. Happy Independence Day.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. The officers of the South Andros District, we have planned a very informative and delightful event for the 35th Independence celebration. We have also what we have is our youth. We have started that within 2 weeks ago, and they would be putting on a very exciting display. We also have the police band out of Nassau who will do a beat retreat for us, and I know that will be exciting. Everyone in South Andros will be on the spot, ready and available to see how the band performs. Going back to the youth band, this youth band had done this drill, and they will be doing a silent drill. They have done that within 2 weeks, and we're very proud of them for all of their efforts that they had put forth. We're looking forward to having a wonderful time in our 35th anniversary of independence.
South Andros is the best district in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. South Andros right now is poised to be one of the greatest settlement areas throughout the Bahamas, due to the fact that the local residents are working together. We have a very good council, we have good town committees, we have persons who would have actually sacrificed for the benefit of South Andros. We're now looking to those sons and daughters, or those persons who would have been transferred into the South Andros district, who would have in some way added to what we have here today. Even though it is not where we want to be as yet, we're all diligently working, but we must look toward the past so that we can know the direction in which we want to travel. We have persons who would have served a long time ago in areas of education, be it religion, politics, the Red Cross, or what have you. And for that fact, we must look to at least pat those persons on the back for all the great accomplishments that would have happened under the umbrella of South Andros. The South Andros district, I must say again, is in fact an area where there's a lot of love, there's a lot of unity. There's great cooperation among the heads of government, the department agencies. We have a lot of persons indeed working together for this whole entire event. I am an independence baby, so I definitely know that on this 35th year of our anniversary, that it must be a significant one in the lives of the residents of South Andros. And ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being out here this evening. We hope that it will be into all of your delight. Next year, it will be even bigger and better. Thank you, and may God bless South Andros.
Hello, South Andros. I want to say thank you, South Andros, for the way had you all had went and take time out to honor the great man of the South Andros district. You all know I serve you all well. My name is Bishop James W. Pratt of South Andros, and I serve as a minister in St. Mark Baptist Church. And I want to say thank you to the administrator who had seen it so great and so prosperous to come and do a great job in South Andros on the 35th Independent. I tell you, at the first beginning of the Independent, I was kind of not too young, but my voice was there, and up to today, my voice is still here, kicking loud and strong and hoping that South Andros will keep moving on to perfection and move in the bright way. Let us support our administrator as he had done such a great work. And thank you for Della Reese, who had been so good to take this man around to do such a great work. And I want to thank the cameraman. He came into St. Mark this morning and did a good recording of me sitting there, standing in the pulpit. And I want to say he take time out to come back again to give me my greatest respect and honor. Thank you, South Andros. You all been so good. I want to say again, thank you to all of the people who had make it possible for me to get this great honor. And I'm greatly pleased. And I'm greatly thankful for all of this. I want to say thank you to the world in general who had make it possible to look and listen as I speak. Please keep your eyes on me and keep your eyes focused on me as I give you my greatest and best sympathy and greatest reward and greatest love. I love you all, and I want you all to love me as I love you all. You know, I want to make a little punch into the senior citizen home. I am the chairman of the senior citizen home. I'm the chairman of the fire engine. I'm the chairman of the Junkanoo committee. And I'm the chairman of most every board you could call. With the police band, the consultative police band, I am the chairman too. I look after the children. I help the older folks. And I look after the little children because I love little children. And I want to say, if you come down this weekend, from Wednesday night, you will see the greatest thing that ever happened in your whole life. I thought Independent was strong in Nassau, but Independent is much alive in Andros with Administrator Campbell and his team. I love the Bahamas. I love Andros. And thank you, cameraman, for being so patient ever. Come and record one of the greatest men in South Andros for a hero of this day and this time. Thank you very much, sir.
Praise the Lord. I'm Pastor Glendina Knowles from High Rock, South Andros. Bless the Lord. My church is Mount Zion Baptist Church here in High Rock. I am honored this evening, bless the Lord, to have somebody to come to interview me this evening. I know my God is good and his mercy endureth forever. And I'm glad for this opportunity. Bless the Lord this afternoon. And my desire and my determination, bless the Lord, is wake in High Rock until the day I die. Knowing that God is on his throne and he is looking down on us. And bless the Lord. He say, carry on. Bless the Lord and be strong in the Lord. And I say to who all is in my building this evening, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor that we all can run and run up the King's highway of holiness. Someday after a while when our journey down here is ended, no more that we can do on this side of the vineyard. God will take us where he art in glory. Pray for me in Jesus' name. I'm so glad the people and my friends from South Andros honoring me. I'm glad to be honored. And I believe I desire to be honored, bless the Lord. And I'm proud this evening. And I'm so glad. And I wish my children, bless the Lord, could be here when I be honored. Pray for me and pray along with me. And that the Lord will keep me preaching his word, going on to perfection because I know he is soon to come. And we all want to be ready when Jesus come back. The moment, hallelujah, glory to God, we may not know, but we have to have oil in our vessel and be ready to go with Jesus whenever he come.
My name is Kathy-Ann Ferguson. I was formerly a steward. I'm the eldest child of the late Alfred Stewart and Nancy Stewart of High Rock, South Andros. My father is being honored today as one of the heroes of this district. And before I go on, I just want to say special thanks to the community of South Andros as well as the Independence community for seeing it fit, for taking time out to recognize persons who have contributed to the growth and development of this district. Here I have with me my sister Havita Knowles. She is the fourth child of 9 of us. There were 6 girls and 3 boys. I just want to say that my father, he really was a leader, and he led by example. He lived a life outside in the community as well as home. There was no different. It wasn't that he showed one face to people and then in the home it was something different. I must say that I've never seen my father did anything that I felt ashamed of. I've never heard him use an obscene language. I've never seen him get angry. I know he may have gotten a little upset, but I never saw him lose his cool. He was really a great person. He was a number 1 father, and he was well loved by all of us. And I usually say, and I know my husband, he isn't in no way envious about it or get upset about it because he knows that it is the truth. I don't think I've ever met another father like him who was more loving and caring and kind to his children as my dad. He took time out and he listened to us and, always made us feel special. And today I am thankful and even proud to have this opportunity to share with you, the public, of a dynamic person that he was. He served the community, I think, in all aspects. Religious, the social part of it, the economic part of it. He was a manager at Vitelco, as well as a businessman. And he was also a pastor of St. Mark's Baptist Church in Congo Town before he died. Daddy started off his career in the late 60s just delivering telegram. He was trained under the late Oscar Porter, and I just understand a few days ago that he passed away. After Mr. Porter was transferred from here, it was Telecoms then, not Vitelco. Daddy became employed with Telecoms as a wireless operator, and there he worked up to his death, which was October 12, 1993. He died tragically in a plane accident a plane crash on his way to Nassau. And I think that was the saddest day in my life. I thought I would have died, but it was because of God's strength and grace that I know that I'm here today. And when he died, the whole community, I think, came at a standstill. People from all walks of life was there looking for them because we did not know where he was at first before we got the information that the plane had actually went down. There were still hopes that they may have ditched somewhere on the beach or in nearby waters or through the bushes, so people were all over looking for them. And that was one time I really see the community, people came together. It was like one big family. Persons were just there offering support for our family, and the whole community was touched. And I must say, at Daddy's funeral, I think that was one of the largest funerals we ever had on this island, on South Andros. People came from all over the Bahamas and even internationally just to share with his homegoing. And we had crying. We cried because of the way Daddy died. But then we still had hope. And then there was this peace because we all knew that he was a righteous man, and we were confident that we know for sure that he is in heaven with Christ. I also want to say that Daddy has helped so many persons in this community, and even at the funeral and afterwards, and even now, people continue to talk about the life he lived and the contributions he made. You know, back then, we didn't have banks then. We now have Bank of the Bahamas. We didn't have banks then, and because Daddy was a businessman and he had a great job at Batelco, he always has had finance. God had blessed him financially. And then there were a lot of people who didn't have. They didn't have the monies or the means, and even persons who work for government, you know, Daddy assisted. He would hold checks for them or loan them monies, and when they got paid, they would repay them. And I know of instances where he loaned thousands of dollars to people, and even up to his death, some of them were not collected. People didn't pay up. Some admit to it, you know, but then we let bygones be bygones because that was between Daddy and them. He has served the community on various organizations, such as the public library that we now have. He was one of the founding members there, as well as the homecoming committee. I remember Daddy held treasurer on our homecoming committee in the past, and he contributed a lot, you know, even though he wasn't for all that frolicking and the music that goes on now with homecoming. He still took time out to see what role he could play in building his community, whether it's through service, giving his time, or giving monies. Daddy assisted. He was always there. And he was also a pastor. Daddy started off first at Mount Sinai in High Rock, where he was a deacon for years. And after the death of the pastor at St. Mark's in Congo Town, Daddy was ordained pastor there at that church, and he served as pastor there until his death. And I must say, he was a man of God. He was a godly man. And he was a man who lived what he preached. And Daddy really influenced and brought change in a whole lot of people's lives. And he never saw himself too high or proud that he couldn't speak or listen to even a child, you know, or the most unfortunate person. I see even drunkards or drug addicts, people on the street, that he took time out to really care about them, you know. And I know of incidents where two of his vehicles, because he also had a rental car business as well as rental accommodation. I know of instances where there were two persons who damaged his car. One gentleman in particular, he stole Daddy's car and wrote it off. And the whole family, everybody wanted him to take it to court and see that this guy, you know, was punished. But Daddy spoke to the guy and counseled him and found out exactly what went on. And in talking to him, he realized that this guy had taken some drugs and drank too much and flipped a bit, and that's why he did that. He saw the good in that young man. And I mean, and before the same young man died, you know, he came to know Christ, and I am pleased, and Daddy was pleased to know that he brought a change in this young man's life. You know, he counseled with him and prayed with him, and before he died, this same young man gave his heart to the Lord. Daddy always saw the good in people. He looked for the positive side in persons, and he always believed that there was good in everybody. You know, that everybody may have had a little bad side, but he felt there was more good. And he was a community builder. He's done a whole lot for this community. I can go on. I think I can go on all day just talking about Daddy, because he really was a great and dynamic person. And I wouldn't want to take up all the time just talking about my dad, because he was special to me. I miss him a whole lot. And I know I can just go on and on for hours just talking about how special he is. But even if they didn't do something like this, I would say that my daddy, he was my hero. And even today, he still is my hero. He is the wind beneath my wings. And I am so happy to have been blessed with a father like that, a role model, someone that even today I can look up to, and that my husband has patterned after. Because he always said too that Daddy was the father, the real father he never really had. You know, someone that he grew to love and he looked up to, not as a father-in-law, but as a father. And that is how Daddy treated him. He was always there. And I must say that I know that I am blessed today because of the seed that Daddy had planted. My whole family is blessed because of it. You know, and people remember the good deeds that Daddy did. And a lot of times, people give us helping hand or services or willing and ready to assist us. And I know it isn't because sometimes of my goodness, but I know it's because of Daddy's seed that he planted and because of the grace and goodness of God. So right now, I just want my sister, Javita Knowles, to just share a few things with you about Daddy in her special way. My mom isn't here today, Nancy Stewart. She's presently in Nassau attending a teacher seminar, but I know if she was here, she would have been proud to really speak on Daddy's behalf. And seeing that she isn't here, I think it's fit for me to have something to say on my daddy, a special man, a leader, a one-of-a-kind man. And I just want the Bahamas to know, the world to know, that he was special to us. And I give them thanks for taking time out to honor him in such a special way. And I know my sisters and brothers in Nassau would be proud to know that the Daddy is being recognized for the contribution that he have made to the building of this community and South Andros and Andros as a whole. Right now, I'm going to let my sister Avita Knowles say a few words.
Thank you. My father was and it still is my hero. And as Kathy Ann spoke about him, the tears started to come to my eye because it's like I reliving that day when I heard the news that he died. But I give thanks for all the good things that he has done for us, his family, and the work that he has done for each of the children. He have molded us and groomed us into the individuals we are today. And each day as I live to try to be a role model, one that he was in my life. He have taught each of us about God and told us about the goodness and respect and good manners. And those things I teach my children, and I know he's up there and he's just looking down at us, just smiling and proud of each of us, all 9 of us. And I know that we're blessed to have somebody as special as him.
I must say that this is the first since 1973 that I can recall anyone has done this much towards independence. So I'm saying to the Bahamas, happy 35th independence, and keep going forward, and let's put God first.